Hello, Cancer. Welcome to May. Feeling the build up now to the eclipse season in your season, right? To July. Saturn retrograde in your house of relationships. It's a big deal. Some of you will be feeling a cooling effect. Others of you may be questioning things. Others of you may be solidifying things. So something happened. Uranus, Sun come together in the 11th house. Something happened. The question is where is Cancer going? Where is Cancer going? I'm feeling with the Mars in the 12th, the 11th house Sun, Mercury and Venus coming into the 11th house. Cancer seems evasive and like they're disappearing. You are slippery this month for some reason. You are slippery, and maybe it is. You know, I was in Barbados this whole month, and honestly, I was sitting on the beach and watching all the little crabs. They're so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. And I was like realizing that these crabs are living at one of the most tumultuous places of the ocean, right? Where the waves crash onto the shore, onto the rocks, where the undertow is really strong, where they can get trapped, they can get sucked in, you know, and they choose to live there. They choose to live in that emotional kind of space. So this is not a foreign energy for Cancer. Cancer handles this very well. I think Cancer handles change very well as a cardinal energy. You can adapt, you can realign your focus real quick. Just so long as you're not in any kind of denial, right? So whatever happened, whatever conversation was had, whatever events took place, Cancer is now in a, like, where did Cancer go place? Processing, reevaluating, figuring things out, what's really important. Because when this happens, usually it's a ding to your ego, you know, the whole thing. It's a ding. It's a pretty major like, whoa, okay, maybe I was wrong kind of thing. And sometimes, I mean, always the Tower is for our greatest good, even though sometimes it brings suffering. But suffering really is grace, really. You know, suffering is the grace because it is the methodology through which we attain lessons and knowledge. What did you lose, Cancer? Your hearts are heavy, it seems. Probably extra heavy with the Pluto and Saturn retrograde on top of the South Node right now, you know, and maybe you're feeling a sense of freedom, but there's a melancholy about it too. Usually with the Tower, there is an undertone of relief because your highest good knows, like, okay, that had to break. It was time for that specific thing to be revised in my life. And yet there still was a comfort with that person or with that thing. There was still security. And now you are somewhat operating without security, so maybe feeling a little bit raw and exposed. You know, it's the time when the crab goes from the little hole in the sand to the rocks over there. But like in between, even though he can run really, really fast, there's a vulnerability there. Okay. So you focus a lot. I think Cancer has had a lot of amazing career progress lately. You have been pushing and collaborating and working together and associating and just making things happen, you know, productive things that are going to contribute back to your community and back into your industry. So you're not just feeling sad and sulking around. It's like this coexistence of productivity and healing, you know, coexistence of loss and gain. I think the Three of Coins is very much a gain for you. Okay, we got two more major arcana. So, Hanged Man, the Emperor. Hanged Man. Neptunian, Piscean, etheric, 12th house Mars. And then the sun's going to be coming into the 12th house for Gemini season, right? So you're having a lot of this subconscious stuff come up for cleaning. You know, you're getting scrubbed and it's cleansing you, but you are getting scrubbed. So right now, still, I genuinely believe that you're not able to really see the whole thing yet because you're just a little bit too close to the situation. You just need more time. Everything will come into context. But right now, nothing has context. If you sit there and you try to find meaning, you're going to fail. You cannot perceive this right now. Okay, don't delude yourself. Don't sit there and do the astral projections and, don't sit there and, really focus on like, what does this mean? What am I supposed to learn? Like, just relax into it. You can't, this is oceanic, right? You can't fight this current here. You're not going to be able to make sense. You don't know where the current is taking you. You don't know who's going to come into your life next week. Like, you just really don't know. And so don't waste your energy. The 3 of coins is going to be your greatest asset this month, unless something else comes out and I contradict myself. But as of right now, with these 5 cards, this is your greatest asset. Being in the earth for Taurus season, being in the ground, dealing with money, getting your books in order, or being out in the community, actually having face-to-face conversations with people and all of that, it is going to have a healing effect. It's going to be an easement for you. So don't deny yourself this experience because this is truly going to be a blessing. I know that Cancer is all the water energies. We can definitely go into our indoor space. Let's just call it that, right? We can definitely go into our indoor space. I get it. You'll need it, but now's really not the time. Okay. The Emperor comes out. You have been made to be so strong. Over the course of the past several years, with Pluto going through your sign, getting ripped to shreds, opposing all of your suns, all of your moons, all of your ascendants, right? You're getting ripped to shreds. Or you had been. And you're now at a place of really piecing yourself together. You're now at a place of feeling whole and feeling complete in spite of what is yet to come. And the Emperor stands firm. He stands strong, a little bit hardened. I actually love this card for Cancer. Maybe you guys have heard me say it before, but this is a perfect Cancer card. The armor on underneath the robe with the heart on the sleeve that is upside down. Could it be more Cancerian? The hard exoskeleton out there and the soft vulnerability on the inside, but yet there is power nonetheless. There is power through ambition. There is power through presence. You walk into a room and people perk up because they're like, oh, there's a, kind of a powerful presence here. And I know it's Cancer and the mother and the moon and family and please, it's Cancer Capricorn. We can't disassociate the two. Okay. So this is it here. And I think people are looking to you. People see you. People, in a way, it's possible that people are weirdly attaching to you, whether you see it or not, whether you're aware of what's going on or not. You are in your own world, right? Where did Cancer go? Where did Cancer go? But you don't see what's going on in your kingdom, right? The Emperor. You don't see what's going on the battlefield here. People obeying your orders, people following your lead. Cancer is tapping into the essence of their being, which in turn is tapping into their purpose, which in turn is sending out ripples and affecting people's lives in a positive way. You don't have to do anything. You just have to just be exactly what you are. Just be exactly what you are. Do exactly what you do. No changes, no revisions, no edits. Life made enough edits for you. You got the edits, all right? You got the edits. The movement aspect here. I think you're feeling very tired. Super common just with your stuff, right? It's common to feel very tired at a time like this, and yet you still continue. And yet you still move into the unknown space because you can no longer be comfortable, right? The Eight of Cups is what's familiar, but you're in search of something more fulfilling. Not even that you're really in search of it. It's that you're going to be allowing it to awaken within yourself. And you're creating space for that to awaken within yourself. And you need to alleviate the tethers, the attachments. Clearly, certain attachments were severed for you. Probably the unhealthy ones, because life came in and was like, you know what, this isn't good for my sustainability, right? Life itself. This is not good for my sustainability. I need to cut this off. The emotion doesn't feel good. The attachment doesn't feel good. It's not healthy. It's making one of my organisms, this human being, it's making one of my organisms sick, right? Or whatever it is. It's doing something to affect this entity that then in turn affects me, life itself. So it takes care of it the way when you get a cut on your hand, it heals itself. It takes care of the problem, you know? So you're moving away, yes, begrudgingly, yes, okay, fine. A little bit sad about it, yes, fine. But yet you do it anyway. I just happen to see this on the bottom. The reason I'm not really hesitating, I saw it when I was shuffling and kind of preparing, and I saw this as like, okay, that's probably going to be a thing. If I happen to see it when I'm doing the reading, or if it comes out great, I'll show it, right? Or I'll pull it. So here it is. Happen to see the bottom of the deck. So Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy, right? But regardless of what zodiac sign it is, could be Capricorn or whatever, doesn't matter. Clearly this person still is present. This is the Tower stuff. This is the Eight of Cups stuff. This person, this opportunity, and they're probably going to be reaching back out. Probably going to be reaching back out. And this is kind of what I'm afraid of, because you are on the teeter-totter, teetering between old and new. Saturn retrograde is happening specifically so that you can surface patterns, surface the attachments yet again, specifically to break them with the Tower. I'm getting a vibe, okay? This is not gonna apply to everybody. I saw this the first time and I got annoyed. I got annoyed because I think this is someone that you've been trying to rid yourself of for a very long time. And now you're finally like getting over it. You're finally moving on. You're finally at this place of really not thinking about it, really not caring about it. And then they come back and you're like, okay, here's the dilemma that I'm feeling intuitively. Here's the dilemma. Do I maintain friendship? Do I keep the line of communication open? Because on the one side, you can exhibit, in a practical way, maybe it might make sense to keep this door open because this is kind of a gateway, right? Maybe there's an international connection. Maybe there's something with travel or something with career advancement, or, there's really good sex with this person or something. Like maybe there is something, and you don't want to close that door because in the future, maybe it might actually you can use it to your benefit, so to speak. And this person doesn't mind, being used for what they have to offer. Like that's what they like. They like to be of service, right? Sagittarius, they like to help people out. They enjoy it. If it's a sexual thing, they want to be your hookup buddy. Yeah, for sure. Totally 100%, right? It's Knight of Wands. Friends with benefits kind of deal. So on the one hand, you want that. But on the other hand, you know that it has been problematic Five of Cups, Eight of Cups. And you know you'll probably never really get what you want from this thing. And it's never going to really serve you. But for your highest good, the Emperor, see, this person's going to be super attracted to you because you're standing here. You're so firm, so strong. And this isn't, like, is this not one of the most attractive ways of being? I think so. It's one of the most attractive ways of being. Whole. Whole and complete. So do you use this person to practice unconditional love? I say use. That's not the right word, really. I just don't really know how else to say it. Do you keep them in your life specifically to continue your growth? Because for whatever reason, this person somewhat stimulates your growth. They stimulate your knowledge of self because they trigger you, probably. Knight of Wands is good at triggering people. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, right? Boom. Those are trigger energies. And you learn when you get triggered. So here we have the World card, which is suggestive of an ending. It's suggestive of a closed door. It is a card ruled by Saturn. This is Saturnian. It is indifferent to you. Okay, it doesn't matter really what you want. It doesn't matter really what your preferences are. As you've probably come to conclude, right, throughout the course of your life, learning is something that just happens. You don't need to try. So here you've learned without trying. You've seen it for what it is. You've seen the reality. You have all the information that you need. And now that door is closing. And I think that door is closing specifically out of your hands. It's not something you need to actively do. You're entering into new realms, new spaces. I think there's a lot of career stuff going on for Cancer. I think there's a lot of relationship advancement for Cancer as well. So it's like your place in the world. Cancer fitting into the world. Communication, okay? Communication, curiosity as well. So when the Knight of Wands comes in, which he will, you are going to talk to him for sure. You're going to hear it out. But I think the curiosity is more of what's on the other side. Is there another job? Is there a totally different city that you never considered before? Is there a new lover? Someone completely fresh and new who isn't stale? You know, I feel like that Knight of Wands is stale. Five of Cups, right? It's got to be stale. I just happen to see the 10 of Cups on the bottom too. Okay, 10 of Cups, we'll take it. You are headed, just like Gemini that I did, you are headed toward amazing levels of happiness, joy, fulfillment, abundance, and fill in all the other kind of catchphrase words here. You are headed toward satisfaction and a real sense of enjoyment in your life. You know, like you see all the gurus and they're always talking about bliss and happiness and feeling good and feeling at peace and da-da-da-da. And Cancer is getting to a place of really knowing what that means. And everything is weirdly a lot easier. The Tower is easier than it would have been in the past. Handling the Knight of Wands is easier than it would have been in the past. You may talk to them, but I think ultimately that door really is closing. Really, really is. And it's by your choice. It's not, you know, I mean, well, kind of. Well, the Tower is not your choice, but I think when they come in this month or in Cancer season, you know, Gemini season, I mean. Because when the sun gets into Gemini, everyone's going to be all trying to talk to each other and trying to do stuff and trying to be all this and that. And, you know, just kind of the name of the game there. Okay, so we're going to pull two from this deck here. Okay, nope, not all of those. Sorry for the loudness on that. Three of Wands. And the Emperor again. Look at those orange colors. Those are absolutely beautiful. Orange associated with the sacral chakra, the sexual chakra. I do think your sexuality is going to be highlighted. You know, I do suspect that you're going to feel really charged, you know, and that sexual energy can be, you know, channeled in other creative spaces. You can engage in life in different kinds of ways. Personally, I do believe that sex is one of the few times in life when we are truly engaged with life itself. Not the only time, but one of the few times. But even just a walk in absolute nature, you know, can also do that and feed your soul in a similar kind of way to make you feel alive. Now, the Three of Wands is a beautiful card of virtue, as it says at the bottom there, virtue, but also just purity, standing in the purity of the essence of your being, no judgments, especially not toward yourself, right? And recognizing any judgments cast toward anybody else as judgments of self. Now, Lunar Eclipse. This is an astrology deck. It's called Blue Moon Astrology. I thought it'd be fun. I don't remember if I had it for you guys last month or not. So Lunar Eclipse, which indicates change. Oh, well, if anyone understands change, it's you guys, right? Gemini, Capricorn, and Cancer, the ones that are getting hit the hardest. And, you know, other cardinals, Aries and Libra as well. I genuinely believe that change has become so familiar to you. It's not even like a bring it on kind of thing, like bring it on, I'm ready. It's not even like that. It's just an acceptance of the way that life is. And through acceptance and through a reduction of being brittle, you flow a lot easier. And all of this is not dramatic. I don't see a lot of this being very dramatic. I really don't. The Tower is not even that dramatic. It could have been for maybe some Cancers who are lower vibrational Cancers or a lower expression of the Cancerian archetype. It's going to really struggle. They're going to get stuck here and all the other stuff becomes irrelevant. You know, so if you're dealing with a Cancer who is just not super great, they're stuck at the Tower and the Five of Cups. They're totally not going to move on from that, you know, and the eclipses are going to be real hard for them. So let's look at the Tower. Three of Coins again. See? Tower and the Fool. So many reasons to be optimistic. Four of Wands, Ten of Swords. Just so you guys know, these clarifiers, I go into them in the comprehensive. We talk for like another, usually it's about 20-25 minutes. So the link will be down below for that as well. Okay, so you're getting the Death card too. So two Scorpio cards side by side, actually. Even this can be seen as Scorpionic as well, given the Mars rulership here. Mars, Scorpio, Aries. And then again, another Page of Swords. And then the card of Cancer here. So deep, deep, watery energy. Okay, let's look at the Three of Coins. Loving this Three of Coins for you guys. Seriously, I think that's that should be the main focus for you. You don't need to do all these like super deep meditations. You don't need to get all into your, you know, extreme introverted place. You can do that, but it's not really going to serve a lot right now. It's not going to serve. Do not fret. Whatever is happening is going to sort itself out soon, very soon. It's not like this whole long drawn out thing. It's very soon. See, Wheel of Fortune, another. Wow, we're getting a lot of repeats. Okay. Another repeat. There's the Knight of Swords. That's what you're running away from. That's what you're running away from. I know. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. A lot of reversals coming out. Ten of Cups we'll look at. Hierophant. We don't need to pull those. Three of Wands. Okay, the Knight energies is probably all the same person. Like, for real. Yeah. It's the Knight of Wands. It's the one that's caused so much trouble. The one that's been so problematic. The one that has been, the pain, the thorn in your paw for quite some time. Even if it feels good, even if it felt passionate, even if the sex was amazing, even if the offer seemed amazing, it's the problematic piece of this puzzle. Okay, so we'll talk about it when we get into the comprehensive. Definitely a lot left to cover. So if you want to join me, you are absolutely free to do so. The link will be down below in the description box. All right, thank you guys so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.